But before that, David said he saw him at a club. This is my memory, with Sheila E., and they were doing this drum thing, which I bet you they were probably preparing for Sign of the Times, because that whole drum sequence is in the Sign of the Times movie, TC. And David said that, tell him what you did when you saw him, when you went to the club, you went up front.
Yeah, well, after Prince had told me that was then and this is now, I was like gonna, try to get back at him. So I went to Rupert's Club. There was a club called Rupert. So Prince was working on whatever he was doing. So he had this little part where Sheila E. came out like a drum corps with a bunch of the other people. They was all playing the drums, marching, right? Mm-hmm. And so I was there early. I was right in the front, in the middle of the stage. So soon as Prince comes out to start his show, I gave him the finger. Like, I was like, right in the middle of the stage, I gave him the finger, and then I turned around and I walked out.
David was so focused.
And so that was kind of like my get back at him for saying that was then, this is now, and he's just strutted off.
Nice.
So I was like,
but what that really meant, though, David, that you were going to F him up, right?
Yeah, that means my neighborhood. When we were growing up, if somebody balled up their fists at you at school or something, that means I'm gonna beat you up, right? But if they give you the finger while they're doing it, that means they really gonna fuck you up. So I was telling him, fuck you, man, like that. I'm gonna get you.
So the funny thing is, David and I and Lane had gotten together back when I went back home, and I guess it was 2004, and David told me that story, and I said, oh, wow, I want to name the book. That was when I was working on the first book, right? Minneapolis Sound, that was then, this is now. So that's how that whole thing came up. But it's really David's. But in this book that I'm writing, there is a chapter called "That Was Then, This Is Now," and of course David's story is at the very front page of that, and then his rap and all that stuff. So because you can't talk about Minneapolis Sound without TC.
That's right.
That's right. So, but let me break this down for you real quick, because I want to make sure I get this out. When because it's always a controversy about Mi-Ling and Little Red Corvette, and Jerome, he done hollered, screamed her out, I done shouted her out or whatever. But the reason why, I come to the forefront with it, because I asked Prince personally, when I was doing my video for Miss Thing, we're all hanging around the set, we're filming the video, talking, shucking and jiving, and it's kind of like old times again. And so I always would ask Prince questions and be poking at him about stuff. So one of the songs he wrote, She's Always in My Hair, I thought he had wrote that about my sister, Charnita. So I was like, did you write that song about Shy, but she's always in my hair? He's like, nah. And so then I said, what about Little Red Corvette? Did you write that? Didn't you write that about Mi-Ling? He said, yeah. I said, oh, wow. Okay. So then he was telling me, he said that he was telling me about Mi-Ling and how he wrote that, and then he had this little bubble bath thing going on or something. He was telling me all the stories about him and the girls.
Hey,
so it was, so when people were questioning me, I was like, that's what he told me. So I kept it real, and that was I've been telling that story since before he passed away. So I don't see what the.
Well, once again, we're on with David TC Ellis here on Story Behind the Music, along with Mi-Ling Stonepool, the Little Red Corvette, and you just heard it. David confirmed the conversation that he had with Prince years ago. He asked him straight up, and Prince told him, yeah, I wrote it about Mi-Ling. So for people that, again, TC, like I said, people don't realize that, Prince was, just a local kid in the Twin Cities hanging with you guys and going to the same clubs and playing basketball and dating women like Mi-Ling, just regular folks.
Yeah.
I mean, because
we was blessed. We were blessed, truly blessed as young people in a beautiful community, that was, really took care of us all. So I'm thankful that I was part of that era, and I'm still thankful to be, involved in the music business now, working with young people and giving them an opportunity to have an experience like I had.
Now, David, I would be remiss if I didn't let you expound a little bit on your schools. Now you have one back in St. Paul. You now have one in L.A. Just tell the audience out there a little bit about the organization that you put together that you're giving these kids an opportunity not only go to high school but also learn the arts, music, and all of that.
Well, we're the high school for recording arts. The flagship is in St. Paul, Minnesota, my hometown. But now we've opened another school in downtown Los Angeles, 700 Wilshire Boulevard. We're at hsra.org. You can go check us out. There's programming. Young people are really excited. They're getting back into the education process. A lot of the young people we work with are kids who are passionate about music or the music industry, but they've been pushed or kicked out of the traditional school, and they're more developed around hands-on experiential learning. And that's the basis of our curriculum and how we engage with kids. So we prepare them for jobs in the music industry, audio-visual, social media, music production, performance. It's an amazing place.
It really is. And I haven't been to the new facility yet, but I will be. But Darren, when I first went, when David told me about his school and I was there, I don't remember. I think I came before 2004. But at any rate, when I was there and he introduced me to some of the students, and I sat down and he told me that I went to school with their parents, I broke down. I was so proud of him because he is continuing the legacy that really Prince started when he put everybody on the map, and he's continuing that legacy, helping these kids like his mom, who was a foster mother, helped all these other children, including Sue Ann. And it shows the circle. And I used to bug David and Gary, two of my best friends in Minnesota. I said, y'all need to get together. Did I not, David? You and Gary need to get together. You and TC need to get together. So they finally got together. Yeah. And not because of me, but I'm so glad. And
the song that we did was called Royalty.
Right.
And it was nominated for the best collaboration in the Image Award.
Hey, NAACP Image Award. We talked with Gary about that the last conversation we had. But I'm just so
Gary,
proud of you, and you know that.
We flew the kids out. The kids got to come out to L.A.
Yeah.
They did the red carpet. They got a chance to meet the stars, and it was an amazing experience for them. And
another thing that David has done before we get off is he's been to London, England, and has been in the round table for Oxford University. Everybody doesn't get to do that.
That's awesome.
Yep, I'm an alumni of the Oxford Roundtable. I was there. I was able to present my innovation in education project, and it was an amazing experience I had there.
That is outstanding. I did not know
David
that.
is they're sleeping on him. He has really done so much for the community, and every chance I get, I try to let people understand working with children is really critical, especially at home now, because so many are just being, lost to drugs and everything like that. And some of his students' parents are, incarcerated or have problems with addiction. And David, aren't you trying to do something to have in-house housing too for these kids? Are you still working on that?
Yep, we're working on a youth village for the school that will give a lot of the kids who are homeless a stable place to live.
That's amazing.
And the nurturing and people that they need. Right now in Minnesota, we have 300 kids enrolled, and we have an amazing recording facility, and we're putting in the work now to recreate it in Los Angeles. And
That's incredible, isn't it, David? Darren?
Well, yeah, I've been there. David gave me the tour when I was there a year and a half or so ago, and that's why I said at the beginning of the interview I want him to come to Kansas City because we have a huge base of kids that are talented that have no outlet. And I do know also, too, that project-based education, which is basically what you're doing, David, has been very successful not only in your model but in other models across the country because sometimes kids they're not down for conventional school. It doesn't work for them. So
there's a mindset, a brain disconnect, and so that's why a lot of kids, alternative learning didn't really do
right.
job. So yeah, and David has experienced that, so he knows what that feels like.
Yeah, that was me. Let me tell you.
That's right. And another thing, the story in Graffiti Bridge, Darren, where people see David trying to rap and Prince is trying to give him an opportunity to rap, all of that is true. That was based on their relationship of David trying to get Prince into hip-hop.
That's cool. Well, we know that's how he rolls,
Yeah. Well, thank you, TC.
So, David, the High School for the Recording Arts is a nonprofit organization, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
We're
so
501c3.
501c3. Yep. So people can donate to you. So give us the website again so people, when they hear this, if they want to give, they can send their money to you because money's good.
Yep. HSRA.org, and that stands for High School Recording Arts.org.
All right.
HSRA.org. Yep.
HSRA.org is the web address. Go check it out on the web. It's a worthy organization to give your money to because they are helping a lot of kids in St. Paul and the Twin Cities and also now in Los Angeles. David TC Ellis, thank you, my brother, for taking the time out for us. We really appreciate you, man, and continued success with the school and everything you do.